I've decided that I want to take a look at the Mario Kart World Direct and examine it objectively, looking out for things that generally stood out and excited me while I was watching. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing that stood out to me was the new flying ability on the karts. No longer do we have gliders, we have flying cars, which are cool, and it looks like they allow you to fly a lot farther than the gliders would allow you to fly in the previous games. So this stood out to me a lot because you could see Koopa Troopa hit a ramp off of a truck and really get a good look around the world and really have a little scenic flying type of moment where he really could kind of look around and figure out where he wants to go, get up to a new elevation on a cliff or a little mountain to the right side. It kind of gives me a Pilot Wings vibe. I played and loved Pilot Wings on the 3DS. And you know, if I'm able to hit a ramp off of a mountain and fly across this land, giving me that same kind of relaxed feeling, that's a really cool mechanic that I am excited for. And I'm wondering if maybe we could see that utilized in the missions, which I am going to talk about later on in this video. And then something that I'm going to breeze past that we saw in this direct are the courses. And the courses all look beautiful and they are seamlessly integrated into the open world. We get a closer look at the jet skiing mechanics that are introduced in this new game, which seems really fun. I haven't played a jet ski game since I think Wii Sports Resort, so I'm excited for how this is gonna feel. We also get some classic courses that we all need in the Mario Kart franchise. We get a haunted Boo cinema, a lava-infused Bowser-themed course. We also get a look at some nostalgic courses from old games that are going to be reimagined for this game. And the ones that they shown here were Toad's Factory, Peach Beach, and Wario Shipyard. Toad's Factory is a personal favorite of mine back from Mario Kart Wii, and I'm really excited to race on this reimagined version of it. It should be a blast from the past. We then got a look at the playable characters and the character and kart selection screens. And something that stood out to me about this was the user interface that they decided to go with. Mainly for the character selection, it looks like that if there are variants of a character, the variants will be their own separate card to be selected, which I could see running into some scrolling and cluttering problems on these screens. Especially if they do plan to add more content into this game later on. I think they should rework the UI on these screens a little bit to be a little more similar to how they did it with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in which when you select a variant of a character, you get a little sub-menu that pops up. I think this is a lot more intuitive for users, and I do hope that they update the game with a little more intuitive UI for these screens later on. Another thing that we kind of already knew, but I wanted to go over again, was the kart selection screen. And one main thing to point out is that we no longer have the ability to customize our karts. And this is a little disappointing for me, and I'm sure for a lot of others who enjoy having that customization option, especially when a lot of other racing games out there have extensive options for customizing your cars. This is something that I'm not sure if they will ever be able to add into the game later on, since it seems like a key aspect of the game. It's just one thing that I'm surprised that they went with. But I do think that the plus side of having no kart customization is the balancing of the karts, the balancing of racing in a competitive aspect. And if you take a look at these karts and bikes, they are designed with a very purposeful aesthetic to each one of them. So customization would obviously take away from each kart's personalized aesthetic and look. I did notice though that if you see in the bottom right corner, there is a little plus icon with a 1UP Fuel little sticker. So it looks like we can select different type of decals on our karts and bikes, which is a cool customization feature that they did add. So I do want to give them props for that. And I'm guessing maybe these will be unlockables as we do missions and explore the open world, beat races, stuff like that. We also get a cool little teaser for a course that we'll be able to unlock once we conquer all of the Grand Prix races. And with this tease, I could only guess that this course is going to be Rainbow Road. They allude to it pretty directly that it is going to be Rainbow Road. They mentioned that it is a colorful course, and as you can see, there's a light beacon that goes up to the sky. So it looks like we're going to get a brand new Rainbow Road, which is really cool. Obviously, we need a Rainbow Road. It wouldn't be a Mario Kart without Rainbow Road. One thing that I'm excited about with this Rainbow Road is it seems like everything in this Mario Kart is kind of loaded in real time. So are we going to be transported to Rainbow Road in real time? Are we going to fly up through the sky and through the stars? And once we're done with the race, are we going to be able to fly and glide down back to the Mario Kart World Island? That is something that is very interesting and exciting to me, not even thinking about the new design of the Rainbow Road itself. The Direct then showcases some new items for the game, starting off with the coin shell. And this is a shell that you could throw out in front of you and it will dispense coins, which you will then be trying to pick up as you are driving along. For those who don't know, the collection of coins incrementally increases your speed. So the more you have, the higher your overall speed will be. We then get a look at the new ice flower item, and this looks like it behaves very similarly to the fire flower from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in which you could throw a number of ice balls out in front of you to spin out other racers. This looks like it may even be a little more powerful than the fire flower, because I think there is some more lasting effects on other racers. I do see some residue of icy snow left over on Monty Mole after he does spin out and recover. We then get a look at the hammer, which seemed really fun to use. You could throw a bunch of them out at a time, almost like rapid fire. And these even stick into the landscape for a brief moment, almost like little traps to mess up oncoming racers. And then a returning item from one of my favorite Mario Karts ever, Mario Kart Wii, the Mega Mushroom. And the Mega Mushroom is so fun. Like the name, it turns you mega-sized and you could run over and flatten other drivers as you're riding along. It's super funny. Once you do that, especially when you're playing with friends, it's always just a laugh, and I'm glad that it's a returning item. And then we get a look at the feather item, which allows you to do a jump. And this item looks super useful for doing shortcuts, or also, like they show in the Direct, getting on certain rails that you would otherwise not be able to. So it looks like it is a very versatile item that will allow you to get to places that you otherwise wouldn't be able to reach. And then they show off the last item, which is Comic. And he is an iconic character from the Mario franchise. When I think of Comic, I usually think of Super Mario Galaxy, or also the new Super Mario Bros. Wii. And it looks like in Mario Kart World, Comic is going to be a very powerful item that you usually get when you're in the back of the pack, and it affects all the other racers ahead of you, similar to the lightning item. But Comic will fly out ahead and cast a spell, transforming all the other racers into something else. In the Direct, they show Comic transforming everybody into charging chucks, which is pretty funny. I'm not sure what that really does to the other racers. Maybe it causes them to not have full control over their carts for a certain amount of time and they are just charging forward. But it seems like Comic is going to have a varying amount of transformations that he will be able to cast upon the other racers. We then get a look at drive-thrus, which will be scattered throughout the open world. And drive-thrus are home to Dash Food. And when you pick up a Dash Food, you will be unlocking a new cosmetic variant to the character that you are using. So it looks like if you are racing as Luigi and you pick up a pizza, you will get an Italian-inspired outfit to match that food's cuisine. This is an interesting, funny way to unlock new cosmetics for characters. I think this will encourage people to use different characters out in the open world, and also to just explore the open world more in general. We then get a look at new gameplay mechanics for Mario Kart, and this is very exciting because these mechanics look like they're going to be very integral to the gameplay experience, starting off with the charge jump. Now with this new trick, you will be able to charge up in a straight line, and when you release, you will jump out of that charge. And this is going to enable you to do a lot of the new mechanics in Mario Kart World, such as hopping up on a rail to rail grind, or hopping up onto a wall to wall ride. So timing your charge jumps seems like it's going to be a new skill that is going to need to be mastered for those who want to be the best at Mario Kart World. And this excites me because it really introduces a brand new gaming experience for Mario Kart that we have not seen before. We also get a look at the brand new rewind feature, which is new to Mario Kart World. And if you've ever played Forza Horizon, you are very familiar with this feature, although the Mario Kart World version is a little bit different. While in the Forza Horizon version, when you rewind, everybody in the race rewinds with you. In Mario Kart, you will be rewinding while everybody in the race is still moving forward. So it is an interesting take on the rewind feature. Might not be very helpful in an actual race, but it could be very helpful when you were exploring, trying to make certain jumps in the open world. Maybe you fell off a cliff on accident and you want to get back up there. So there is benefits to this rewind feature for sure. Then we get a look at something that is very exciting and that people were very curious about, which is the free roam aspect of this game. And the big question on people's minds are, what do you do in this vast open world besides just drive around? And in this direct, they explain that a little bit. And so they show off just a little bit of some missions. I'm not sure the extent of these missions, but I'm hoping to see a lot of different variety. They show off how we start these missions, and that is by running over a P-switch. And that could start a mission like collect 6 blue coins while traveling over obstacles. It looks like another mission is shown in which Waluigi is doing a time trial while dodging oncoming armadillos. So I'm hoping there's a lot of different types of missions that we will be able to activate in the open world. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier with the flying ability in this game. I could imagine myself collecting blue coins or what have you while flying through the sky. And this type of variety with missions is really what I hope to see and would really bring a lot more value to this game for me personally. I know they didn't show off that much in this direct. I really wish they did, but I do know that Nintendo like to keep a lot of their games features a secret before they release because they do want people to experience them firsthand on their own. So I am really hoping that there is more to these missions than what we see here. They also showed off that there will be hidden coin medallions scattered throughout the world that we will be able to collect. And we don't know what these medallions will unlock or what they will do. And they also showed that besides P-switches, there will also be question mark panels, and these will activate something in the open world too, which is a complete mystery to us as well. With this, my imagination could totally run wild. Maybe they changed the landscape of the map a little bit in the open world, but I'm sure Nintendo has figured out something creative to do with these. They also showed off a very comprehensive camera feature in this game, and I'm hoping with these photos that we take in-game, maybe we could use them as our screensavers for the Switch, have them as our home screen background, as custom loading screens for Mario Kart. I'm hoping they're more than just really cool photos that we could take. I'm hoping that we could do something with these photos. And lastly, they show off the new Nintendo Switch 2 camera integration in Mario Kart World. So as you're driving, you could see each other's faces in real time on the screen above your racer. I think this could be a fun feature to have, especially if you want to feel more connected with your friends while you're playing together. And that was it for the Mario Kart World Direct. Although I do wish we were shown more in this Direct, I am really excited to get my hands on this game for myself and experience it firsthand. I think I was shown enough here to keep me excited, but at the same time really wanting more. So I guess time will tell. And if you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to know what stood out to you in this Direct. Leave it in the comment section down below to let me know. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good one. Goodbye.